Hi guys, I am going to do a video on how to make a Reborn look realistic in your infant car seat. I have seen quite a few videos on this on YouTube and I cringe. As some of you may or may not know, I'm a certified car passenger safety technician, or CPST for short. I went through 8-hour-a-day for 5-day course where all we talked about was car seats, all we learned about was car seats. We installed car seats, we worked on problems with car seats, and then we actually had to go out and install them in real world scenarios at a tech event to pass our course. And the reason why I cringe is because there is a lot of things that I have seen in some YouTube videos that are not proper car seat usage. And I've gotten a lot of, oh, but it's just a doll. This in your car with a 7-pound doll in it, not buckled up in your car seat, becomes a projectile in your car. There's plenty of videos out there there's some really gruesome videos out there about projectiles in cars. And that can go for anything in your car. Personally, in my car, or in my van, we try to keep everything in the back of the van, in the way back of the van, or on the floor of the car. I try not to leave stuff on the seats because that, once again, can become a projectile in an accident. As well as some of these are adults making these videos, and there's a lot of children watching. I'm thinking that that's okay to do in a car seat, or that's okay for a car seat. And you know, at the end of the day, I would rather a child watch a video and see a doll properly strapped into a car seat, and then equate it to when they have children, how to properly strap a child into a car seat. Now, here I have my Chico Key Fit 30. It's an actual very common car seat out there. I know a lot of people in the Reborn world don't use these ones because brand new they are pretty expensive, although you can typically find them used online on resale pages, pretty inexpensive. And this has cat hair in it because apparently Jack has thought this was his cat bed. But I would not recommend purchasing a used car seat for a real baby, but for a doll, I have no issues with it. I bought this one used. But I would not for a real baby, just because you don't know the history with it. First of all, one of the big misconceptions is this comes with these seat cover straps. These are the ones that came with the seat originally. They're not those big puffy ones you buy at Walmart. Those are a big no-no. In car seats, you should never use anything that did not come with the seat itself. So you shouldn't use that. Also, another thing I see is a lot of these put in car seats. This one is a Britax brand. It can be used with Britax car seats only. The reason why I have it is because when my daughter was a baby, she did have a Britax convertible, and we kind of needed to fit it more around her. And this can be used with their infant seats or convertibles, but no other seat. There is a Chico brand that makes things like that, but that's just Chico, or not Chico, Kiko, that has licensed their brand name to another company to make those items. They do not approve of it. You've got to read the car seat manuals. They do not approve of it. They don't allow any aftermarket products in their car seat. That goes for those cutesy car seat canopy caboodle things I've seen a lot of people have, that is like that minky dot material, and then it goes in over the car seat. Those aren't good either, because first of all, every car seat has to meet flame retardant criteria. The minky material burns like that. You're basically putting your baby and doll, so if there was a fire in your car for whatever reason, I mean, that catches fire, your doll's gone, the car seat's gone. Because it goes up in flames really fast. There's YouTube videos on that too, people testing, burning various things. So anyways, you want the brand car seat cover that it is, and you want to make sure it's the right cover for the right seat. Like Kiko has the Key Fit 30, the Key Fit 20, as well as now they have, I think it's called the Key 2. The Key Fit 20 will fit on the 30 shell. The 30 will fit on the 20 shell. They don't make the 20 anymore anyway, so you don't really need to worry about that unless you find a used one that's already expired. This seat itself is expired. But this cover will not fit on their new Key 2. That is a completely different shell. But like this comes with this infant insert and the infant head support. Those big puffy head supports are a no-no as well. There should not be anything that did not come with the car seat between the baby and the car seat. Once again, people going, oh, but it's just a doll. That makes a difference, because regardless, in an accident, this will compress. It'll get pushed down. And it's met certain safety standards to not eject the baby. Those other items, they've not passed tests. They'll say they passed tests, but nobody knows what test they've actually ever passed. They may have put it in one car seat and claims that it passed the test, but it didn't. So I am going to use Ryan. If I can pick her up. Her leg's stuck. And I am going to put her in the seat. I've already loosened the straps. And the straps also go at or below shoulders. So I am going to get her buckled in. And another thing that you see a lot of is the bundle me's. I have one, I just didn't grab it. If you live in a cold weather climate and you're worried about your baby looking real in cold weather, I will show you a good what's recommended for real babies. So now I'm getting her buckled up. This is another thing I see a lot of in the Reborn world. Okay, she's buckled in, she's good to go. But first of all, in an accident, this piece of plastic is meant to break. A lot of people see like US and Canadian car seats, and they have this chest clip. Canada and the US are the only two countries that have car seats that have the chest clips. European and like Australian car seats do not have chest clips. Their car seats are designed separately. US and Canada pretty much figured their people were too stupid to realize to tighten their car seats harness tight enough. So this is a pre-crash positioner. It's to keep the straps in the right position. So putting it on a real child's belly is just honestly going to cause internal damage. But pushing this down a little bit, as you can see, I can just take her right out. She's got hair on her. I can just pull her right out. So that means in an accident, if you have this doll in your car and you get in a car accident, your doll can come flying right out of the car seat, if the car seat's buckled in. If it's not buckled in, the car seat will come flying too, and the doll will probably fly out of the car seat. But, okay, get it back on her. So, and another thing is, a lot of people don't buckle the bottom. Buckle the bottom, pull the harness. I mean, not real hard. There are a lot of rear adjust car seats out there. The ones that have these little tails in the front that are the harness adjusters. Cat hair all over her. The other thing is the chest clip goes at their nipple level or armpit level. It's a chest clip, not a belly clip. Once again, if this is a real child in an accident and the clip is down here, all the baby's force is going to come up on this, and that's going to cause internal damage on their belly. I know there's some really little babies out there that the chest, there isn't a hole. I mean, Ryan is a small 0 to 3 months, large newborn size. So she wouldn't be a preemie. This car seat itself is good for preemies. But, piece of hair. Said Jack apparently has been using this without me knowing. And then I pulled the car seat, or the strap covers, up to where they should be. And, I mean, look at how nice she looks in here. This is how a baby should look in a car seat. Now, you know, she's a full body silicone. I have to powder her again, so she's kind of got some shine to her, but you can kind of position her to a semi-realistic position. She's probably going to move down, but you know, she's more realistic than some reborns because she is more flexible. Even in the summer when I go out, I like to take a muslin blanket. I can't even talk tonight. Muslin blanket. I am so tired. And then just kind of drape around. Even when it's hot out, because first of all, these are so airy and thin. The reason why I like to kind of put them around and kind of tuck in is, first of all, it does kind of, like right now, she's got hair all over her and she is shiny. Kind of covers that up. But in real world, even though like today was 100 and something degrees out, it kind of gives a baby a level of protection from sun. Like obviously these aren't UV ray protected, but you know, when they're in the sun, it kind of gives some cloth protection. The only thing I don't like about the Chico or Kiko car seats is, yes, there's this one especially, sunshade is kind of chintzy. They have the other one, there's another cover set, this is an older one, that it kind of flips out, so it actually comes further. In reality, I know for me, and I worked at a daycare in an infant room for 2 years. I think only one out of all the babies that came through infant seat had its sunshade on it. Most parents take them off because honestly, this one, it's okay, but a lot of them fall backwards and just get in the way. And then a lot of them get stuck every time you try to put the handle up. Like I said, this one's not bad because it's pretty close to the seat, so, and it velcros in the back, but there's a lot of other brands that anytime you try to lift the handle up, it gets stuck on the handle, or if you don't have it up, it drops below. So like when you go and you're carrying it, like literally, let's see, I'm gonna Velcro it. I don't think this one will do it. It'll like hang down so you can't even get it in the car seat base because it's in the way without moving it. Like I said, the Chico ones are Velcroed. There's the Velcro spots. So it's a little bit better, but a lot of times the sunshade in real life, my son was born in May and I took the sunshade off of his car seat because it kept falling over. My daughter was born in October, and being we lived in a cold weather climate, I took it off because, okay, you gotta move. I had, yes, there's a tag on here because I'm doing a consignment sale with it. And I pulled it out because I don't need it anymore. We had this. It is called a shower cap cover for an infant seat. And the reason why you take it off is because the Velcro is in the spot where this needs to go. These are fine for in a car seat and a real baby car seat because it's not going between the car seat straps and the baby. And then you can unzip to get baby in and out. And then when it comes to bundling baby up, I know with my daughter, honestly, in the winter when it was really cold, and I lived in North Dakota, so we went for weeks in sub-zero temperatures, like below zero, where even some of the wind chills could get up to -60. I would usually, I mean, obviously Ryan right now is in a sundress with no pants or anything. My daughter that winter basically lived in like Carter's fleece sleepers. I would put a onesie on her. I would put a fleece sleeper on her. I would put a fleece winter hat on her. And then I would just take, I mean, it would be thicker than this typically, a blanket. I would tuck it around her, pull her arms up. If it was really, really cold, occasionally I'd put mittens on her, but not all that often. And then you just zip it up. And then put the tag in, close it up. And sometimes, depending upon how cold it was, with the blanket inside, I'd cover her face. She absolutely hated her face covered by the blanket. This part she was fine with because it wasn't touching her face. But yeah, this is the safe way to keep babies warm in winter. But once again, you don't need the sunshade or the sunshade. So I'm gonna take that off. But the bundle me's are not a safe option because that goes between the car seat and baby. It's in between the car seat straps, the baby. It's all underneath the harness, or most of it's underneath the harness. Another misconception that I've been seeing is like, I don't have one because I never bought one with my kids because they're not safe. That hard plastic bar of toys that straps here, 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 and it comes across. Those are not safe. For a real child, that will be coming, if you get in an accident, most car seats, you're allowed to leave the handlebar up. There's a few car seats, I want to say Baby Trend and Even Flow. Even Flow, you either have to have the handle behind now, or you have to have the handle in the front as an anti-rebound. But a lot of them allow it to be in this position now. In an accident, that Velcro isn't going to hold, and that's going to come flying at your baby's face. And the mathematical equation for accidents are for force or weight times speed. So if you've got this plastic bar hanging right here, right in front of your baby's face, and it weighs 1 pound, and you get in an accident going 60 miles per hour, and that breaks off, that's 60 pounds of force come flying at your baby's face in inches. It doesn't have time to slow down. It's gonna basically be full impact. And I know people are like, oh, but I need something to distract baby. Like, this was my daughter's toy. I did not put it on her car seat. This actually was on her stroller. I would not use something like this in a car seat because this has hard plastic pieces. And I believe when I weighed it, it weighs a little over 1 pound. I believe. I don't remember. Is it cute? Yes, it's really cute. It's an Eric Carle ladybug. It's super cute. But once again, it doesn't take much to just take these off. And then if this comes flying at the face, like if this hits, that's going to hurt baby a lot. There's a lot of these out there. It's better than this. I guess our thunderstorm just rolled in. It's better than this, but it's got a hard plastic piece in it. Although it does have stuffing around it. This I actually was in the car with my son when we had a convertible for him, and I actually hung it from the pull handle in the car seat, or the oh crap handle, whatever you want to call it, the gripper, and I hung it in the actual car. We actually still have them in our car, because even at 7 and 5 they like to play with these stinking things. This is better than this. Then we've got this little guy. He's got a rattle in here. It's just a little rattle. It's full of stuffing around it. This one was actually my son's as a baby. This one was harder to get it on and off. This one is better. The best ones are those little ones that dangle down, that are basically just soft little pieces. I used to have some, and for the life of me I cannot find them. They're 2 little guitars. Some of my other videos may actually have them, because I had them on one of the car seats at one point. Now I couldn't find them when I went to make this video. But, and if you haven't, obviously she's an asleep baby. I could walk into any store and most people are just going to assume she's a sleeping real baby. They're not even going to realize that she is a silicone doll with her crazy hair. But I know some people, like with their awake babies, they like to have those toys. You know, it'd be fine to have a toy for them to kind of focus on, but just, once again, you know, kind of be mindful. And then, like I said, the reason why I say this is because there are some young ones out there watching these videos that look up to us adults, and they see us adults doing improper things with our car seats, with our dolls. They're going to assume that's okay. And us techs are fighting hard against a lot of misconceptions when it comes to car seats. I know the car seat lady on Facebook just went up against Bye Bye Baby. Bye Bye Baby is notorious for having their professional car seat sale floors people giving advice. To this day, I haven't heard of a single professional that has taken the car seat safety course. There was a video that Bye Bye Baby posted on Facebook that was made by one of their professionals, Baby Daddy, and he was on an airplane with his daughter in a booster seat. When car seat lady called them out on it, she was told, no, it's not a booster seat, it's a 3-in-1 seat. She was sitting on her knees, so she was hiding the harness. Once again, car seat lady pulled out proof of which car seat the daughter was sitting in versus what car seat they were saying it was. She showed proof. You could clearly see that, like, the handle on the top was different, the side wings were different, and they still maintained that it was the car seat they were claiming. Finally, they came out and, oh, we're sorry. You know, we were traveling in a group of people and the car seats must have got mixed up. Well, how do you mix up a harness seat with a booster seat? Some of you may be saying, what's the big deal? Booster seats are not airline approved. They're not safe. They go against the FAA's guidelines for car seats on flights. They also go against manufacturers' instructions not to use boosters on flights. You can only use harness seats on flights. So then it came out about that he got the car seat mixed up. So then the question came out, well, then did you buckle your kid in? Because how do you mix up a car seat on a flight when, first of all, you're claiming that she's covering the harness, then when it's proven she's not covering the harness, it's a booster seat, then all of a sudden it was a terrible mix-up with another family they were traveling with. So at no point, apparently, he didn't buckle his child at any point during that flight. And basically it was one lie after another lie after another lie. So then finally Bye Bye Baby took down the video and are still trying to maintain that they're truthful, that the seat that the girl was in was a 3-in-1 seat, it wasn't a booster seat, after multiple texts have proven I'm wrong. And the few times I've been into Bye Bye Baby, their salesmen are trying to sell you the most expensive infant seats or car seat you're going to buy. If you're going to buy a convertible, they're going to try to sell you that $500 foomph. Do you need it? Maybe, maybe not. It depends. All car seats pass the same test. Some car seats have more bells and whistles. Some car seats fit kids differently. Some fit them better than others. You know, it all comes down to stuff like that. They're all safe. They all pass the same standards. And truthfully, for me personally, when it comes to infant seats, I would rather spend about $100 on a pretty decent infant seat and then spend like $400 on a convertible. I would rather put the money in that convertible because a child's going to be in a convertible longer. Honestly, real babies are in infant seats 6 to 12 months. 12 months is usually pushing it because really these get very heavy. Like right now, yes, Ryan is a silicone. She's kind of dead weight, but picking it up, this is heavy. It's not light to carry. And probably live weight, I would say she's about 15 pounds. Well, this car seat goes up to 30 pounds. I could not imagine trying to carry 30 pounds plus this car seat around. My daughter was in her infant seat till she was 18 months, but we left the infant seat in the car, and in my husband's truck we actually had a convertible for her. When we got in an accident, then the insurance replaced it with a convertible, but we were about to put her in a convertible in my van anyways. But very rarely does a child get in a lot of use out of an infant seat, a year typically max. My daughter was an exception because she was a very light and a very small child. At a year, she was still wearing mostly 3 to 6, some 6 to 9 month clothing. I think she weighed about 15-20 pounds. She was very tiny. It's either raining very hard out or hailing right now. But she was very tiny. On the flip side, my son was out of his infant seat at 6 months. He was born in May, and I don't even think it was 6 months. September, we bought him his first convertible. That winter, I ended up putting him back in an infant seat just to have the cover on him. But I tried not to take him in and out as much as possible because he got so heavy. I'll be right back. Sorry guys, my husband called. He was wondering if it was raining here. But as I was saying, my son was a very heavy baby. He was born, he weighed 10 pounds, 9 ounces. He was a big baby from the start. None of his newborn clothes ever fit him. He went straight into size 1 diapers. He was a big boy. And he continued being a big boy. At a year old, he weighed 30 pounds, I believe. Yeah, because my car seat went up to 30. Our infant seat went up to 30 pounds, but he had been out of an infant seat long before he hit 30 pounds because it was just too heavy. It was too hard to carry. And for me, we bought multiple convertibles when it came that time. So I went to about the $200 range convertibles. Honestly, for future babies, there's a car seat a convertible that's like $400 that I'd probably buy. It's either that or, and if you can't afford the $400 one, fine. I mean, it's what you want to use. When you go into, like I said, Bye Bye Baby, they're going to sell you the most expensive one they have. They're there to sell. They're a store. They would rather you walk out with the $400 infant seat versus walking out with, I don't even know if they sell the even flow car seat that's like $50. I know it's $50 at Walmart. But, you know, in reality, these are very short-lived. And even if you buy that $400 car seat, trying to sell it, first of all, a lot of people won't buy. There are people that will buy used car seats. not a whole lot. But if the person's in the market to buy a used car seat, they're not going to even spend $200 on a used car seat. At that point, they would rather spend $200 and buy a brand new car seat. They're going to spend that much. So those are just my kind of things for car seats. If you have questions about car seats, you can private message me either here, Facebook, or Instagram. If you have questions, you want to ask something about a car seat, whether it's for your dolls or for your real children. And like I said, every child is different. Because of how my kids are, we rear faced both of our kids to 3 years. So, excuse me. At 3 years old, my son hit 40 pounds, and that was the max that we could rear face him at. My daughter was far from 40 pounds when she turned 3, but she had such long legs, she would get them around and kick her brother in the face. So it was a behavior thing, and I wanted to go longer with her, but we just could not get her to stop. And it came down to, okay, I would rather have, she can be rear facing now. It's not as safe as rear facing to 4, but it's better than turning forward facing at 1. Safety wise. But now there are car seats out there that rear face to 50 pounds, where my son would have easily made it to 4 years old. Possibly, I'm trying to think. He would have made it to 5 in a 50-pound rear facing car seat, because his weight started slowing down. He actually now at 7.5 just hit 60 pounds. My daughter, on the other hand, is 5.5. She'll be 6 in October. She could still rear face in a 50-pound car seat with, I think, 5 or 6 pounds to go. So like I said, each child is different. And then you get into combination seats, which are forward facing only seats and that have a harness, or you can high back booster them. Both of my kids are on Frontier 90s or Frontier Click Connects, which are by Britax. That was sheerly because I wanted to harness them longer. But there are other options out there now. I mean, there's lots of options. When I got that was the highest combination seat out there. I think it still is the highest combination seat weight-wise out there. But, and that was because we weren't sure how fast. My son was on this higher curve. He's gonna be he's 7. He turned 7 in May. He's about 7.5. He still has plenty of room to go weight-wise. He has 30 pounds to gain. Plus, he has a lot of height to grow before he outgrows that seat. Does every child need that kind of protection? If you plan on putting your kid in a booster seat at 5, no. We just bought booster seats for our kids, and they still pretty much sit in a harness. But I did this video because I actually had a request from a couple people about making a car seat video for reborns and car seats and safety. And they also asked about like various car seats in the car. And being I have this infant seat, I have a convertible, I have a booster, a dedicated booster, high back boosters, and I also have their combination seats. I had a request also to kind of do different car seats and explain them. I will get to those. I will definitely do that. I just need to wait when it's not hell outside. Like yesterday was 104 before the heat index. So I think with the heat index it was 115. So it was really hot outside. I'm sorry, I'm not about to stand outside and sweat to make a video. So that video might come in more September because that's when it starts cooling off a little bit. The only days that it seems to be under 100 is days like this where it's downpouring, and once again, I'm not about to stand in the rain to make a video. Yes, I have a garage, but our garage is full of crap. My husband was supposed to clean it out, and that's yet to happen because he was going to make room for the van. I'm pretty sure about a month before we move out, the room for the van will finally happen. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all later. Bye!